Something changed and nobody noticed. What's this?
May we have your complete attention? Please remove headphones for this demonstration.
Everyone is here, but no one is present. That's the shift. You don't notice it until you do. Then it's everywhere. So something has changed about people, and it's kind of difficult for me to just point at it and say this is it. Like, it's hard to name exactly what it is. It's just this sort of slow creeping feeling that everyone around you is slightly somewhere else. Like, they're present in body, but they're sort of absent in every other way.
Yeah, everyone's like that now. Because they're on the phone. Shocking.
And this video is
phone.
me trying to
Connected but
understand
disconnected.
what's actually happening and whether any of us are immune to it.
So I remember a few weeks ago, I was watching this old film project that was uploaded to YouTube. It was from the 1980s. Someone had basically just walked around a shopping mall with a...
I love this sort of stuff. I might watch that. Mall City documentary, 1983, New York, NYU, I don't know what that, New York University film. I love seeing stuff like that.
Camera, just interviewing random people, you know, random strangers, no real agenda, just talking to people. And what struck me, it wasn't what they said, it was how they were. They were sort of open, and honestly, they were kind of...
Definitely a big sense of community being cut away, man. It's like I say, you know, as we know, it's like the more connected we are, the more disconnected we are. You know, we're connected like superficially, like we can call and connect to each other and, you know, FaceTime each other anywhere in the world and shit like that. That's cool. But, you know, we're disconnected in an essential way, in the way that matters. You know what I mean? Like he's saying, it's very right, it's very true. It's like you feel a sense that everyone's there but not there. You know what I mean? Like we're like not present. This is weird sensation, man. You feel it.
Genuinely glad that someone had walked up to them. There was this ease, you know? Yeah. Like being approached by a stranger, it wasn't something to manage. It's just something that happened in the world. Now, I grew up in the 80s, and as a kid, you just don't notice these things. You're just in it. But watching this as an adult, something just felt very different. Not exactly nostalgia. It just felt off, like looking at a species that no longer exists.
That's
and
sad.
The next morning, on the way to a bus stop on my way to work, I was still thinking about it. And this bus stop, it had something like, I don't know, let's say 10 people waiting. It was early morning, and there is that sort of particular stillness and quietness, you know, before the day actually starts.
Yeah,
and
everyone's still waking up. Don't look at me. Don't look at me. I've got my morning face. Don't look in my eyes. I'm knackered. I'm tired. Don't talk to me. Don't look at me. Don't talk to me. I'm gonna fucking face this window and forget that my existence exists. And I don't wanna even know I haven't got $1. Leave me fuck alone. I wanna go to bed. That's humans, man. Poor fuckers.
Nobody has arranged themselves in any particular order, you know, there's no signs, there's no instructions, but we all know where to stand. There is like this invisible rule at a bus stop, an unspoken rule, right? Like whoever arrives first goes on the bus first. Like everybody understands.
You know, there's certain spots you don't stand off in the bus stop, especially with other people there. You can't stand too close to someone, certain vicinities. You know the vicinity unconsciously, you know it in your subconscious, and that's what leads you there. Bunch of programmed rats, innit? That's what we are, I think.
Nobody's taught it to us. It's just there.
Programmed
now, I was
rats.
near the back, and I was standing, not really thinking about anything, but then I noticed something. Every single person around me was on their phone. Every single one of them.
Yeah.
Heads, you know, tilted down. And
you know, because obviously they're cattle. And you know what the cattle need? They need their feed. The cattle desperately need their feed. Chomp, 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 chomp is what they're doing. But in a mental sense, which is even more horrific. It's like waking up, the first thing you see is like fucking Times Square advertisement. You get bombarded with that. No, that's like a nightmare. But that's what people do. You wake up, the first thing you see, you reach for your phone, bombarded with advertisements and but you're shattered before you even get out of bed. Throw the phone in the bin, leave it in the front room. What are you doing with it under your pillow?
And thumbs moving up and down. And I had this funny idea, this thought, this experiment. Maybe it's a bit strange and uncomfortable, but what if I just walk to the front? Like, not aggressively pushing people around, just slowly
skip the crew.
move
Skip
past
it.
everyone who stood at the front. And so I did, and, it was that first awkward step and then another, and then I passed my first person, then the second person, then the third. And I could tell that people were sort of aware of me passing them by, but they didn't care. Nothing followed. No one said anything. No one looked up more than halfway.
Passive.
What?
No heroes. Swear, there's a lot. We're missing the hero factor. You remember, let's say, I'm a proud human being. I'm gonna look after the people and that. Now everyone's meek like that. Everyone's meek. They could witness someone getting stabbed in a bus stop. Instead of calling police, nope, they'll bring out their phone to film it. Meek sheep. Someone there suffering on the floor, just been mugged, their head bleeding, whatever. They're filming them. Meek sheep. Pure cowards. There's no, people to stand up and that. It's rare. That's depleting in society. Although there are still those that stand up. There are still those that, nah. You know what I mean? I belong to a private club and we have a huge park with a clubhouse, smokehouse. We get together every weekend. We shoot clay pigeons and members take turns cooking breakfast on Sunday. And most of us camp out there a couple of times a month for the weekend. We fish, we play horseshoes. We sit around the fire, tell stories. If it weren't for that, I would feel like the world made no sense. You see, that's very important stuff like that. And it's right on a river, so we do a lot of fishing, swimming. Lovely, man. It's a whole family thing. That's absolutely lovely. Definitely needed in human. The human desperately needs that. The human, we're social beings. We are social beings, and it's very much needed to have that outlet. If not, my bro, like you said, there'll be, well, what? You just be like a hamster in a wheel. And loads of people have that as well, sadly. Just homework, just a vicious cycle. You know what I mean? So it becomes depressing that they even dread having to wake up to face the day, because it's like a sad day, because the day, how it's going to be, sort of vibes. You know what I mean? Not knowing, these people don't actually know that they hold the keys. They hold the keys to every present moment. Well, what's happened there? Why did that go like that? That was weird. Did you see that? Something weird just happened on the screen. It said the stream was starting. I don't know what happened there, bro. Yeah, that sounds amazing, bro. They're the ones that I needed. That made me lose my train of thought, bro. I thought the streamer ended.
Whatever almost registered just sort of dissolved back into the screen. And I reached the front, the bus came, and I boarded first, and not a single person seemed to register it. There was no irritation. There was nothing, It was just silence and the sound of other people's headphones. But, I stood there on the bus, a little unsettled, not proud of what I had done, but thinking, I was like, I don't think this would have happened 10 years ago. Someone would have said something.
Yeah, they would have went, bro, what are you doing? If I was there, certain people would be there, they'll go, bro, what are you doing? Can't you see we're queuing up here, mate? Go stand over there. This is a queue. Man, we've been here since, you come 10 minutes late, bro. You got to stand over there. Like, me and Sally have been waiting here since 8:30 in the morning. You've come here 10 to 9 or whatever. What are you talking about? Get to the back of the queue, you fucker. That's what happened.
At least looked at me in the way that is clear that they noticed, But this time it was like the rules still existed somewhere theoretically, but there was no one.
They're thinking it. They're thinking this fucking bastard. What a fucking cunt. Sadly not realizing that it's causing them more harm than it's ever going to cause you or the person that you're aiming it at. That's the thing with a lot of people. They contain such resentment in their self thinking that it's affecting another person or affecting the people around them. They dare not utter the words to resolve the situation. They rather think about it. Huh? Yeah, you're causing a cancer to yourself. That's a sickness of the mind. Because you start thinking about shit like that. That person doesn't even fucking know. That person doesn't even care. You're thinking, oh, this, you know, that's a sickness of the mind. That's what I mean. Like, people don't realize they hold the keys. They hold the keys to the actual reality. This is the thing. A lot of people don't understand that. They'd rather be led. Loads of people would rather be led. They're so scared to delve within and then find the light within and then, you know, ignite that light and cultivate that light within and then be guided from within. They're terrified of that because they know that the deadly shadows and the darkness they're going to find and be unable to face of their own self. This is the sadness that you see with humans, bro. That's why everyone's like that, locked away. Everyone's like, no, you know, watch someone die and just film it and just be like, fuck it, and crack on with the day. Huh? You lot sick in the mind. Loads of people sick in the mind. But, you know, I don't blame the human per se. I blame, there's loads of factors that go into it. It's not, and you can't say I blame one thing. You know, it's a amalgamation of, it's a shitstorm. You know what I mean? It's like, get the fuck out of the way of the shitstorm or, you know, be shitted.
Fully present enough to hold it. And that's when I started wondering, what is actually happening to people lately? So there is this shift I've been noticing for a while. It doesn't really announce itself. It doesn't feel...
Reminds you of the song Escapism. What song from who? I need to hear it. I don't know. I've probably heard it. I don't know.
Dramatic. It's just more like a textural change, you know? People feel like further away. Not necessarily unfriendly and not necessarily like cold, but just slightly removed from wherever they physically are. And you notice this especially in elevators. You know, someone walks in, turns towards the door, pulls out their phone, no nod, no eye contact, no, you know, there's no rudeness here. It's just absence. Now you notice it when...
And you notice it, I notice it a lot, especially in London. Like, I've been to like, a few places in the world, like, I've been to the States. I've been Florida in the States. Went there twice. Obviously, it's a tourist location. Went Miami and shit. It was sick. I went Disney World and all of that. So I've been there. I've been like Germany. I've been France. I've been Spain, Morocco. I've been, I've been Thailand. I've been a few places. And like what I noticed is like in London, the big city, like it's cold. That's what it is. It literally is cold, like, and grey, but the people are cold and grey as well. They match the city. It's like there's no, I don't know how to even explain it, like love. I guess New York will be the same, like that. Any big city, it's like people just cracking on with things. No, hello, good morning, like how it would be in Morocco or how it is in some places in Thailand and all of that. It's a different vibe, you know what I mean? But like, especially in like the cities, I would say, say all the big great cities in the world, they would have that, bro. They would have that. It's a coldness in the city. There's almost no sense of a community within the city, if you know what I mean. It's weird. Like, it might be in your neighborhood or on your street. You know, it's gone little. Before it used to be like a proudness in the city. Like, for example, Detroit as a whole would be proud. Or that's maybe a bad example, but you know what I mean.
Friends are together at a table, you know. It starts with a conversation, but have you...
Who is it by? The Warning? I don't know.
Notice how it sort of slowly dissolves. You know, one person checks their phone, then another, and within a few minutes, everyone is sort of half present, scrolling in silence. And nobody calls it out. Nobody says anything. It's just how it goes.
Sickness.
Now, you also notice this at like concerts. People watching the whole performance through their screen, right?
Yeah.
They're recording something that they will probably never rewatch. The priority has sort of shifted.
That has always been a sickness to me as well. People in the shows recording. What the fuck are you doing? What in God's name? What in God's, most holy name are you doing? You're here. You're present. You're in the show. Look. There's Steve Harris. Yeah, from Iron Maiden. He's right there. And you've got your phone out. You're filming it looking through the phone. What are you going to do? Go home and watch it in bed? And think about being there filming it? What? I never understood. I never understood, and I refuse to fucking understand. I refuse to be part of that fucking gang. I refuse to fucking see a version of that mentality. I don't want you to explain why you're fucking filming the show. That's a sickness of the mind. I'm going to be standing over here screaming, shirtless, helicopter, fucking let's go, sweating, frothing at the mouth, voiceless by the time I get out. Life changed, probably made about 100,000 friends, 100,000 million thousand, you know what I mean?
From experiencing something to capturing it. And you notice it in conversations. You know, the phone buzzes and the person you're talking to checks it mid-sentence. There's no apology.
That's extremely bad. If you do that to me, I'm like, I'll just walk away. Once you finish, once you look up and go, what was you saying? There's going to be nothing there. Just the essence of me.
No hesitation. The conversation just pauses. Everything has to stop because you have to check your phone. Now, that
Twitter
actually used to be
I got Facebook notification. I think Sharon's accepted my fucking friend request. Yeah, I've known Sharon since we were fucking in 1954. Back in the day, back when they had black and white TV. No one cares about that, bruv. No one cares. I'm telling you about my, you know, life woes, and you're going to check your fucking Facebook. Go away. Go away.
Considered rude.
Leave me alone.
Now it's just normal. There's also something else that I've noticed.
I'd rather be alone.
Extremely stressed, like all the time. Not sometimes, like all the time. Just
I can explain that as well. Do you know why? Because I've got galaxy brain. Should I tell you why they're so stressed? It's because they're looking at the phone, looking at a life that doesn't really exist. It's all advertisement, but they're comparing their life to a false life. That's why. It's actually quite simple. They're comparing their life, which is reality, flesh and blood, real essence, feelings, emotions, aspiration, life. Essence, existence, blood and bones. They're conflating that with fantasy reality, adverts, airbrush, non-existence, AI, fucking, it doesn't exist. No one looks like that, love. No one can have tits like that, love. It doesn't exist. They don't make tits like that. God doesn't make tits like that. A bum is not, that's not made by God. That's made by humans, love. That doesn't exist, love. Yeah, but still, I've got to do this, and I've got to get coming, and then I lay down in bed depressed because I'm not a millionaire, billionaire like Kim Kardashian. Well, love, you can do all of that alone. I'm leaving. And you're going to pack my bags, love. See ya. Okay, no. The sickness of the mind. That's why they're sitting there scrolling. First moment of the day, they open their eyes, which is a vital moment. The moments before you go to sleep is when your mind's going into theta waves. Understand this. This is a lesson for you guys. Quick gems. Quick gems, catch them. Before you sleep, your theta waves are really open and your conscious mind is starting to dwindle away and your subconscious mind is starting to awaken to take charge of the night, as it's been commanding your day too, for it is the master that knows all things. So now, in that moment when you're just about to fall asleep, that is the moment is when you put your commands that you wish for yourself in your mind. Instead, people on the phone getting commanded and getting programmed, same as when you wake up. When you wake up in the morning and your first drowsy moments and that's great moments to set your intentions for the day, make your declarations, do your affirmations, pray to God, do all the great things that you do there. Tell yourself how great you are. Tell yourself all the greatness that you want to see throughout the day. Do that then in that moment. But instead they pick up the phone and go on Instagram and see Kim Kardashian with 65 tits or something and 74 bum cheeks. I don't know what they do. Fuck knows, twerking. Somewhere twerking, on a Lamborghini that costs, half of Africa. I don't know what they do. That's what these sickos do.
Rush, just like...
There you go. That was a quick and concise answer why they're so depressed. Yeah.
Everything is on a deadline, not just at work, but everywhere. The grocery store, the street, even on the weekends, there is this low-level urgency that never fully switches off. And I don't know if that comes directly from work culture, but I don't think it's a wild leap to connect the dots here. And then there's this, which I actually find harder to talk about, but I think it matters. It seems to me that people are way more...
I definitely will be checking that out.
...divided than I've ever seen in my life. And I'm not talking just politically. Like, it's in a kind of a deeper way. There is this constant sorting, You like that person, you hold that opinion, then I know exactly what you are. There is this sort of black and white thinking.
That's
everywhere.
How they do it.
And I don't live that way.
That's it. It's like, oh, you voted for Trump. Oh. You're an enemy to me. That's what they're thinking in their mind. Again, causing the sickness to their self, causing a mental sickness for their self. Like where, you know, when you're at ease, it's the opposite of that. Dis-ease, disease. That's where they're at. They're in a diseased state of mind because they're constantly bombarding themselves with negativity. And they think that they're actually affecting something because they keep cultivating these thoughts, not knowing that the chickens come home to roost.
You know, I refuse to. So here's a good example. People are often surprised when I tell them that I voted for the most left-wing party in Sweden, Vänsterpartiet. And they're surprised because apparently I give off more, right vibes. But the reason I actually voted for them, it has nothing to do with left or right. It's only because this is the only party in Sweden that wants to reduce working hours. Not even the liberals want that. Like, think about that for a second. Not even the liberals want people to work less. Anyway, that's probably a whole other video, and I've actually probably talked about it in other videos. But the point is, the polarization, the stress, the distraction, I think they're connected. Different symptoms to the same thing. And I'm not sure we're talking about it clearly enough. You see, I've started to sort of wonder if presence, the full undivided kind, is becoming genuinely rare. Not because people are careless, but because...
Yeah, 100%.
Because...
But I also think that the presence issue is not to, restricted to nowadays, to this time. No, I think the presence human issue of being present is a human issue throughout the history of humanity. I think that's, some people are not aware, some people are aware, some people are, not self-aware, some people are self-aware, some people are deep, some people are shallow. It's just how it is. You know what I mean? I think that's the issue with that. But I think what I said sort of nailed it on the head, bro, with the depression thing. In nowadays depression and that mopiness is the comparing yourself to an unrealistic standard. I think that's a terrible mistake. And aligning to that. Because the human has the power to align to it as well. That's what you do. You subscribe to things and that's it. You take it on board as part of you. And when the human should be able to be aware that to view it, you can just view it and discard it from your mind, but they take it in. And then when you take it in, it harbors a space and then it begins to manifest. So it could be sickness or it could be beautiful flowers, you know what I mean, so to speak. But that's what it is. A lot of people harbor in the sickness, the cancer, the shit that's not going to help you. It's no growth, it's negativity. You're just peddling negativity. So all it's doing to that inner light that you have is just dimming it. It's just dimming that inner light. When we're looking to cultivate the inner light, you know what I mean? The aim is to cultivate the inner light, bring the lightness out of the dark. You know what I mean? That's the aim for those that are initiated. The reason my wife is my ex-wife is because she looked at me one day and said, in all seriousness, you know what the problem is? You see the world in grey, and I know it's black and white. She actually said that to me. I knew it was over at that point. Yeah. What you think is what you will be. Yes, very important, man. The truest of truths is that you see this world is the magnificent plan of the creator, whoever you want to name it. The magnificent intelligence behind all of this has done it in such a magnificent way that each individual, let's just speak about humans, not every creation, let's just say humans. Every individual human throughout the history of time, from existence, has viewed the world in an individual way, which is truly magnificent, which then makes it every single existence has been truly unique. Like there's never been, a copy. Every single life, every time someone's been born and dies or whatever, the existence of humans, that has been extremely unique, all due to perspective. So very key is perspective, how you view the world. And let me tell you the gem. The truth of the matter is the world is only a mirror. That's what the world is. The world is only a mirror, and it's reflecting your inner state. Understand this. That's the truth. This is the truth of reality. If you're able to grasp it, that's the truth of life, bro. Because the world is only mirroring your inner state. That's all it's doing. If your inner state is in turmoil, darkness, wherever it might be, within the trajectory of human life, we go through it all. But it's being able to cultivate, remove it, remove that and plant the good seed, and all of that. Make the sacrifice, cut the bad fruit. All of these things, that's life, isn't it? The trials and tribulations, as they say. But it truly is. The more older as I've got, the more I've realized that life is what you make it, obviously, and it's a reflection of your inner state. So if you cultivate your inner state into like pure glory, whatever you want, however you want it, and make sure it's good, has to be good. Once you cultivate the inner goodness within you and make that light bright, you truly do begin to see the world in that way. It becomes a beautiful world. It truly is heaven. That's what I've, it really, when I started to come to this realization, it really has opened my eyes to like truly know the actual majesty we have as human beings, bro. We have truly been given ultimate gifts, bro, of being co-creators of our reality, bro. We're able to create our reality, and that's why I'm always optimistic about humans. That's why I always say humans is the good is always outweighing the bad. Like throughout human history, the good is always won, whether it's even close or whatever. I still think the light always dominates the darkness, and the darkness cannot understand it. If you know, then you know. But yeah, that's it, man. That's how I've seen it. And once the human is able, like, I see a future for humans where it's like magnificent, in the thousands of years to come, many lifetimes. But it's going to be like truly magnificent. Once we truly master these 3 dimensions here on Earth, then you shall see what we are. Truly, because we're just remembering. It's like a species of amnesia. But I really need to go toilet. I really hate to do this halfway through a video, but I will. I'll give you this 1 second. Sorry about that. Terrible timing for the toilet there. Yeah. But yeah, the black and white thing is terrible, isn't it? Where people see a clear divide. Impossible. In certain things, impossible, especially the human condition. Once I understood that there is no such thing as reality, because reality only exists in one place, your mind. It is what you make it. It made my life much more simple, yeah. And it also gives you the keys, because you're the master gardener. You are the master gardener and the cultivator. Ensure that you look after the garden correctly. Root out the weeds. Plant the beautiful seeds. Keep out the rodents. And the pests and the insects. You'll be fine. You'll be cultivating beautiful trees in there. Absolute marvel for you to walk around and bask in. Absolutely the way you want it. Do it. You have the key to do that. But don't plant the seed and then the next day go dig it up to check how it's growing. You've killed it. Let it cultivate. Because from the darkness, The seed comes to the light. They're the keys, my brothers.
Something about how we spend our time now makes it harder to maintain. And there is this sort of term I've come across, continuous partial attention. Isn't that good? It's not multitasking.
Continuous partial attention. That's really good.
Because multitasking suggests efficiency, doing several things at once. Continuous partial attention is very different. You're never fully in one place. You're sort of spread across multiple streams simultaneously. A conversation, a notification, a thought about the notification, background awareness of what you should probably check next, split.
Yeah.
You know, always a little bit of split. And what I find kind of strange about that is that it's become the default, you know, the norm. It's not something that you consciously choose. It's just the water that you're swimming in. And I've noticed this on myself. I'm not perfect, you know. The reflex to reach for my phone when something pauses, you know, waiting for a kettle, standing in the lift, sitting on that same bus.
Yeah. Do a day without your phone. You will be a lost human. I am. Lost human. I'm lost. I don't even know where I'm meant to go. Mate, you've been coming here 20 years. What do you mean you don't know where to go? I don't know where, you know, I ain't got my phone. Huh? We rely on it so much, man. The reliancy on it is incredible. And then the fact that the phone itself has made itself so reliable. Like, yeah, put all your banking on there, put all your passes on there, all your information is there, all what you need to function and shit. Yeah, it's all on there. It's all on there. You got it all on there. Go in there, go do that, yeah. You need that. Cyborgs. What did Elon Musk say on Joe Rogan? We're already part cyborg. He was 100% right. We just ain't fit the metal on ourselves yet. We just ain't come to that level of laziness. We're still able to hold the phone and have it exterior to us. But soon it will be to the moment, yeah, plug it in me. Neuralink. Oh yeah, we done it.
30 seconds of nothing and there is this pull, you know, this slight discomfort of just being nowhere in particular. And you know, the hours accumulate. Screen.
I notice myself doing a lot of this. I call it hurry up to chill. I find myself rushing to do nothing. I'm rushing to chill out. What a sickness. I find myself doing that. I call it hurry up and chill. What the hell is that? Go slow down. Whoa, slow down, baby. There ain't no rush. Calm. So I tell myself, pull the reins back. If not, that wretch inside you. To do what? To do what? Where you going? Where you running to? Where you running to? Galloping to? Where you gallivanting to? Slow down with yourself. Slow down. Easy. Oh, like, my God. Yeah, we have to watch ourselves. Yes, we do.
For work, screen for the way home, TV or phone in the evening, sleep and start again. All those hours, all that screen time. And after enough of that...
Running from nothing. Yeah, ritual bars. Running from nothing.
I wonder if the...
Nihilistically depressed, is that what she said?
Brain starts to sort of expect stimulation as a baseline. And when it's not there, even briefly, the absence just feels wrong. Like something is missing. You know what I mean? But there is still this part that I can't really let go of. You see, I have a sneaky suspicion that all of this is not happening by accident. So I'm going to be honest with you. Every single year, I buy a new iPhone. And honestly, I have no freaking idea why.
It's because you have to, innit? Part of the ritual, part of the plan, part of the procedure, part, and most importantly, part of the programming. Oh, good sir. That time of the year has come. Time to shell out $2,000 for the new iPhone. Yeah. We've added another camera. Yeah, that makes 15 cameras on the back. Yeah. Buy it, you slave. Buy it. Now or be left behind technologically. Buy it now or your friends will laugh at you. And buy the latest Nike hoodie and buy the latest that and make sure you're eating this particular meal and then go to do this and take this picture on your Instagram. Motherfucker, move away from me.
couldn't tell you a single meaningful thing
Get
the
off me,
new
don't touch
one
me.
does over the old one. And yet,
Devil, get out of me.
every year, I find myself thinking that I need it. Now, I don't really consider myself an Apple fanboy. I don't track their releases a lot. I don't camp outside stores.
You're about the rush that you're right about the rush that people are always engaged in. I do constantly remind myself that before I know it, I'll be laying on my deathbed. Yeah, I have to enjoy every moment. As of late, I have been making a concerted effort to make sure that I am fully engaged with the people that I'm with. Yeah, it's so easy for our minds to drift. So many damn distractions. Yeah, it's like as well. It's like a lot of the time when we communicate with people, this is what I find, is that we're truly not listening. We're truly listening only to rebuttal. If you know what I'm saying, we're not truly listening to understand the other person, like, and get it. Like, we forgot the golden rule. The golden rule is, how do they feel? How you got to see it from the other person's view. You have to fully understand. What are they trying to get at? Truly, but truly, we don't listen. Sadly, in society, we're not really listening. We're either distracted or we're only listening enough to be able to rebuttal. And then from that moment, from where you've heard enough to be able to rebuttal, then you're just working on a rebuttal. You're actually not listening to the person. You know, it's that shit.
But somehow, Apple always finds a way.
But yeah, the being present at every moment. The way I try to remind myself is that the witness thing, like, and or like God, like within us. Like I try to see the God within them. You know what I mean? I see like the love within a person as I'm communicating with them, you know what I mean? And try to be there as much, you know. It's difficult, like you say.
To
But
make
it's the
me
right
feel
way.
like what I have isn't quite enough.
It's like a muscle that we've forgot to use, you know what I mean? Once you cultivate that muscle, it just becomes more easy and more normal until it just is habit. That's another thing, is like breaking into that habit world. If we're able to break into the habit world, that's when you can do literally anything that you want, bro. That's when Christ said, you know, move mountains. You know, you can move, say to that mountain, go yonder. You know, you could do that once you tap into that. That's the magnificence you have.
That the next one is where I will be really satisfied. And I suspect, if I'm being like honest here, that's not just clever marketing. It's something deeper, something that's been
Programmed.
sort of engineered very precisely around how humans think, you know, what creates desire, what makes you feel behind. The same mechanism is
Behind
everywhere. The
sickness.
feeds, the notifications, the autoplay, the infinite scroll. These aren't design accidents. They're the result of enormous amounts of research. They've studied what you watch, what you linger on,
Sick.
what makes you stop scrolling. They've learned you, right? And then they
Brutal.
adjust the environment
When the product is free, you are the product. Oh, we know that, baby. Oh my God.
to keep you inside it as long as they can. Not through force, but through design. And here is the moment I actually felt it working on me. And it's one I'm not comfortable admitting. So the other day, my wife was telling me something, a story from work. Nothing urgent, but just sharing her day. And I was listening. I was there, you know? But then my phone buzzed. And
Ah.
I didn't choose to stop listening. Something just grabbed me. My attention moved toward the notification before I made any decisions at all. And she kept talking, and I kept
Programmed.
nodding, but I wasn't really there anymore.
It tuned
And what
out.
disturbed me, it wasn't even the rudeness of it. It was that it did feel like there was a choice. You know, we like to believe that we decide where our attention goes, that we are
Crazy.
deliberate, that we are in control. And I'm sorry to say,
Yeah, you are, though. He's about to say, no, I'm sorry to say your attention is not. No, you are. It's just you don't know how to use it. You're a frivolous leaf blown in the wind. You're not anchored down like a tree. You're not anchored down like you haven't got roots and that. You're not anchored within because you're just frivolous. You're flying in wherever the storm is. You know, you get blown away with that. That's what the attention thing is. That shit needs discipline. That shit takes discipline to be able to command your interest, your attention. It takes a lot. Otherwise, you'd just be blown in the wind like a leaf.
Say this, but I think that's kind of naive. You know, I often promote intentional living. I talk about it constantly on my channel. You know, consider your choices, understand what shapes them. But in that moment with my wife, mid-story, I wasn't being intentional at all. Something reached into my
Work harder.
attention and moved it. And I didn't even notice until it was already gone.
So it's like that moment there, bro, is when you should like distance yourself away from the phone. Distance yourself away from that distraction. That's, you know, like he's saying, for him, is completely out of his control. He's unable to help himself. In fact, he said it. That's what he said. He said he's unable to direct that. It directed him. An external object from him has commanded him. Huh? That's time to like distance yourself from that, bro. Because that's when you go, nah, there's an issue here. If that's commanding my attention, like to the point where I'm unable to not put attention there, then there's a fucking big issue right there, my bro. That's when you throw the phone away. Or get the old phones where you can just text and shit. None of this Instagram shit. Like, you know, Facebook, YouTube, all of that. No. Keep it basic. When you want to go YouTube, you come home, go on the computer. That's a better life. Bloody hell.
I find myself thinking about the Industrial Revolution, you know, factories, structured
get rid.
human bodies around.
But then again, there's the caveat of everything is on that phone. Woo! They got you by the fucking cajones, baby. Come on, baby, left. Come on, baby, right. We're going left, baby. We're going back, baby. We're going forward, baby. No, you're going to buy the new iPhone for $2,000. And that's what you do.
Efficiency,
Sad.
you know, your time,
Crazy.
your movement, your output,
Got you by the
all
gonads.
organized.
They got you by the balls, man. They got you by the fucking testicles, man. They got you by the soft ones, man. They got you by the jewels. They got you by the special fruits. They got you by the ones that go bling, blang, blong. They got you by the oblong one and the round one. They got them both like that in the palm of their hand. No, you scream, they squeeze. You scream, they squeeze more. You plead, they twist. It's over.
Just around
Over.
the needs.
Buy the iPhone for $2,000 and £2,000, and you know, an extra $55 for the headphones, and then you realize, oh shit, you can't plug it in. Oh yeah, that's another $15 for an extension. Oh fuck it, buy the extension. Then he needs, oh no, that's from the old one. You need an extension for the extension. Put it in, adapting this, adapt that. You're walking around, the iPhone's beautiful and sleek, but all the adaptions that you got on it, you need a fucking backpack. Oh. Chill. It's alright. Don't let it in. Observe it. And let it blow away in the wind.
Of production. And now I sort of wonder
Sometimes you got to save your breath and run.
if we're in a different version of that, one that's sort of optimizing the mind instead, because that's
There's loads of bangers to check out. Staring at a screen wearing a name that is not my own. Deadly words.
essentially what this system does. It doesn't need your body, it just needs your attention. And the more you spend inside it, the more inside feels like the default. And I'm not gonna sit here and say that we're plugged into a machine. I'm not sure what to do with all of this, to be honest, but I sort of think that we've moved quite far inside a system without really discussing what it's changing in us. And I find that that's at least worth discussing. Oh, and by the way, if any of this is resonating with you, consider hitting that subscribe button. This is the kind of thing that I talk about on this channel.
Cool, man. Cool
Now,
channel.
I want to be honest about something. I didn't, read about this and just immediately change. What happened was actually a bit more slow, more gradual. Like it started with noticing, and then I started to pay attention when I was reaching for my phone. I wasn't judging the situation. I was just sort of clocking it.
That's the key, and that's very important what he says there. Do that as well with thoughts. I've been trying to do it. It's difficult because what you're essentially doing is you're thinking about thinking. It's a bit of a hard one to get, but it's interesting where you see your thoughts go, but don't judge them. This is important to be the witness where them thoughts are going and them emotions that you might feel, but don't let them in, and don't let it seep in, and don't let it like you glide over it. It's so weird, but don't judge, because then you judge, you go into it, and then you're there, you're part of it. It's so true what he's saying him.
How often it happened in the silence.
It's as well be awareness of your outer self as well, like the things that you know, the habits that you find yourself doing. You clock it, you go, oh, look, he's doing it again.
How quickly the reflex kicked in, and how much of the day I would trace back to something a screed had given me, an emotion, a thought, an impulse to check something else. And what I found underneath all of this is just another kind of thinness, like not emptiness, just thinness.
Thin,
the days have
no
the
depth.
right number of hours, nothing changed there. But something about the quality had changed. Like I was moving through them quickly, but not quite absorbing them. So I started doing something small. Whenever I would walk somewhere, I would leave my phone in my pocket, not forever, but just for the walk. Now, the first couple of times felt strange, almost wrong, like I was wasting time. But then after a while, something shifted. You know, thoughts started to arrive differently, slower.
It's the other way round. When you're on the phone, you're wasting time. It's backwards. It's not when you're not with the phone, you're wasting time. When you're not with the phone, you're in reality. You're there. You're present. You're living. You're doing. You're being. You're existing. You're doing it. When you're on the phone, that's when you're down a bit of downtime, waste a bit of time. He felt like he's wasting time when it's in reality. Brother needs to leave the phone, man.
More room around them. And I noticed that I start to look at things a bit differently, like faces in the neighborhood, or like the way light changes throughout the day. Just little tiny things, you know?
It's beautiful.
But they felt more real and more mine somehow. And from that, gradually, something else.
Don't you know nature speaks to you? Don't you know this whole beautiful creation is there yearning to communicate with you? All you have to do is recognize and tune in, and you notice all of the beauty around you. You see, you hear the beautiful music that is there in nature, bro. Not to sound woo-woo and all of that, but that's the truth. When you truly tune into nature, that's why you feel right when you're in nature, or when you clear your head, you go to nature. You go to be with the trees, you go to be with nature. It's because they talk to you, but you're unable to hear it, but you feel a sense of calm after. But once you tune in and hear the beautiful music that they make, that is it. Then you go, oh yeah, God is great. You do that. You go, yeah, it's just pure gratitude.
It's also shifted. I became more interested in making stuff. And for me, it is the channel and the business that I build around it. And when I'm recording a video or writing a script or
I have watched how the light changed on your face throughout the day, Abraham. Yeah, bro, now it's dark. Darkness. It's like, how long have I been streaming? 6 hours. This is the longest stream I've done in a while, bro. Damn, usually it's like 3 hours, 5 hours peak. But before I used to do 12-hour streams. Yeah. Till I'm knackered. Some points I used to sleep, crash out. Where did those shades go? Yeah, it's time to put them on, isn't it? Dun, 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 dun. Just get energy. Whoa. I feel great. Oh yeah, look, check this out. I started doing self-portraits again. I used to do drawing and that. Here's one that I'm starting of myself. It's me with sunglasses on. Yeah. But it's not finished, man. It's not finished, bro. It's not finished. I'm working on it. I just got the feeling to do it. I used to do a lot of portraits before. And so I got the feeling. The other day I was on Instagram. Yes, I was doom scrolling like that. And then you go back and go. I was doing that, and then I saw some geezer like drawing. I don't know. It gave me the feeling when I saw him drawing. I was like, oh yeah, I get that fit to do that again. I want to do that, and then I started that. I started that, didn't I? Yeah. Young Picasso. I have never watched a stream like this before, and I'm really enjoying this. I appreciate you, man. I really appreciate you for popping in. I really do. Coming from YouTube and like coming in here, chilling, my bro. I appreciate that. I really do. Otherwise, if no one was chatting, I would probably be off. That's the truth of the truth. And this video has been great. So sorry for the app session for the YouTube guys. But, you know, join me. I stream quite occasionally on Kick. It'll be in the descriptione. Yeah.
Deep into a video edit or shaping a thumbnail, I'm locked in, you know, like completely. Nothing else exists. And I don't feel like an observer in those moments. I feel like the moment itself, you know, I become what I'm doing. And that's a very specific feeling. And honestly, I think I had forgotten what it felt like before I started to protect the space that allowed for that to happen. Like there's something about making that forces presence in a way that consuming doesn't.
Yeah, this is always a way, man. The art of creation, the mere act of creation is mimicking your father above you, the God, the universe, the whole creative nature. It's mimicking that. That's why it feels right. That's why time can not exist in them moments. Reality bends in them moments when you're locked in, when you're creating. That's why it's the greatest thing.
Like, you can't be somewhere else. It demands a particular kind of attention. And that felt like something I've been sort of starving for without really knowing it. And I am not suggesting that this is something that everyone should be doing. I'm not even sure that I'm doing this right. But I do think there is something in just the art of noticing, you know, just starting to see, where does my attention actually go? Who benefits from it? What do I feel afterward? Like,
yes. Well, everything he's saying there, I 100% agree with him. Fat Rick Bateman, how we doing, my brother? Creating babies is fun too. Yeah, it's great. It's a good part. It's like a DLC.
Not self-improvement.
It's a DLC, you know what I mean?
Improvements, you know?
Don't need it for the main game, but you can have it as downloadable content expansion pack. It's fine. It's good. Bit of in and out, bit of spatchka, bit of milk.
But just information.
Bit of sediment, you know, bit of mess.
Now, here's the part.
Like sometimes you think, is it worth it? For a second of pleasure? Oh, I don't know. Got children now. Oh, fucking little bugger's got to feed them. Fuck. I'm depressed now. Oh, I used to have long hair.
When I'm
remember them days when I had long hair? Fucking hell.
Supposed to close
got 16
something
kids
alarming or shocking. And I almost did. But actually, I was thinking about something else. So I grew up playing games like Doom, Mortal Kombat.
This guy's my brother. I don't know. He might be my brother.
And
that comment, yeah?
And I was watching a lot of violent action movies and even gory, scary movies. And I remember that my mother, she actually trusted me enough to know that it wasn't real. And the only result genuinely was that I got bored with meaningless violence. And also I had trouble sleeping.
Nah, for me, bro, I was scared. That's what I was. But me and my brothers, we used to watch the horror movies, bro, and be terrified, but still watch. It's the thrill of it. It was the thrill. I used to love it. I remember when I was young, man, and I watched Exorcist with my dad. Yeah, all of us. We watched it as a family. I will never forget that, bro. The Exorcist. Bro, as a family watching The Exorcist there. I was petrified, bro. But I don't know what it is. It might be morbid curiosity, because I still love horror movies now. It's just now it's hard for them to make me scared. Bro, usually I swear down, in the beginning of a horror movie, I'll tell you who the killer is. I'm one of them guys. Like, I bet you this one's going to be like a main problem, or this one's going to be a fucking issue, or this one's going to be the bad guy. I can guarantee you. I'm bewildered when I can't predict it. Nowadays, I can predict all the fucking movies, bro. Do you know the best horror movie right now for me is Terrifier? And that's only because it's gory. I love it because the level of gore in any of the Terrifier movies. By the way, they're working on the fourth Terrifier. That's a good movie, and I don't know where the fuck that's going. All I know is there's going to be blood and shit everywhere, and in the most ways I've not seen ever on the screen. But yeah, other than that, the horrors, they ain't really doing it. I liked Paranormal Activity. That was pretty good. Paranormal Activity was that the first one. I mean, the first one. That was quite a good one. I remember watching that. I was like, oh, this is actually, I'm feeling that. The terror that I felt in like Exorcist and shit from when I was a kid. It's like, oh, this is actually on edge. That was good. Insidious was quite good. I remember that being quite good with the guy that drew and that weird red guy. That was quite good. But other than that, all the other horrors that I watch, and I love horror movies, all the other horrors that I watched is just like, predictable. But I have to watch them anyway. And just in case there's tits. If there's tits, then I'm like, thank God. Thank God this movie's trash, but damn, there's tits, man. La 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 la. I start doing stuff like that. And then they arrest me. Because I do it to the actual woman, not the screen. So it's a hard life sometimes, but you just get on with it. Ride the bird. Do your time. What? That turned dark. Oh my God, man. I was just thinking about The Exorcist. Yeah, it was proper scary, bro. I'd rather watch the original Exorcist with family instead of Scream. The Scream scene where they made fun of it. Yeah, 100%. No, original Exorcist is a peak movie, bro. Peak movie. Have you ever seen The Void? Nah. Always love to hear about new horror movies. Psychological horror really plays well. Is it? Okay, I'll try that out. The Box 2009 was also good. I remember The Cube. It's an older movie. The Cube. Oh my God. That wasn't even horror. It was like a fucking thriller. I don't know what that was, bro. Do you ever remember The Cube? I appreciate you, Phil. Thanks for chilling, my brother. I really appreciate you. Hope you have a good day, man. Take care of yourself, man. Good night. Oh, yeah, it'll be like 3 hours ahead. Take care, my brother. Yeah, Cube. Where the guy, you know, the mentally ill guy, he's the only one that ends up escaping. Take care, my brother. Yeah. Yeah, the retard. That was it. I didn't mean the mentally ill. The retarded one. He's the only one that got out. And, like, no one will be able to, like, believe him. What a situation. What a situation, man. And I remember another good one that I watched. I think, no, I watched this quite later, but it's an older movie. I watched it when I was a bit older, and I thought it was quite good. It was The Entity. Yeah, The Entity. That was probably the last really, really good one. Like, when it comes to, like, the classical horror things. And it was based on a true story. The Entity, oh. Dan. You can't even see what's coming to get you. Suddenly punch in the face. Oh, then you're getting raped by something you can't see. The Entity, bro. What a movie. And apparently it's a true story. It haunted her all the way till her death. She ended up just learning how to live with it and, like, fight it. But first it started off raping her. It literally rapes her. Yeah, the old Entity. Yeah. 1982, yeah. Is that when it was made? Wow. Where they isolate it in the ice. Not isolate, they sort of capture a bit of it in the ice. And then it's like undeniable. This is a phantom or ghost or something. It's undeniable, but it escapes. And yeah, it haunts her whole life. Ruins her life, man. Absolute madness. And when she gets raped by it, it's terrible. Obviously, it's so bad. But her having to explain it to the therapist. The therapist is not really believing her. He's thinking, are you sure? Like, is it not your... he even dared to say it's her kids. Like, it's mad. What a great movie, though. Nah. Not in the... Nah. Not The Thing. This was like they... In The Entity, they do, you know, after she finally convinces scientists that there is something going on, they stage like a room for her, like make it like it's her bedroom and shit, and she goes down, but they monitor and everything, and they have like this mist or something. They have this mist where they're able to catch, you know, something, fuck knows, if there is a physical or some sort of phantom entity, and they do that, and you know, she's like you know, tempting it, and it comes. It's sick. But yeah, you don't see it. It's invisible the whole time. It's invisible. It's like terrible. It's actually terrible, and it literally starts like with the woman. I don't think it's the first scene, but it might be. But the first moments you experience the entity, she literally just gets out of the shower. She's sitting on her dressing table, like drying her hair, and suddenly she just stops. Like nothing is there, like just her normal stuff. She feels something's off and instantly just gets punched in the face. Like you don't see nothing, you just see like the imprint of the fist. Like it's horrifying, bro. Absolutely horrifying. And then being dragged to the bed, and it's like two entities. Not one entity, it's like she felt there's one main one, big one, but she said she could feel others like grabbing her feet, and it's horrible, bro. That was actually a good movie. Tarantino horror films, what ones? He done a 2-pack, I don't know. Dust Till Dawn, classic. Yeah. It's like action. Yeah, action movie. That was magnificent. My best friend and I both witnessed a real life Banshee. What? I had just put my children to bed, and we were standing in the kitchen, and it completely changed my core beliefs as a human. What's a Banshee? What's a Banshee? I'm sorry, man. Now this video is it's gone to the wind, isn't it? This video's gone to the wind. Either way, I'll put this in the description. Like, we're moving on now. What's a Banshee? A ghoul? A banshee is a female spirit in Irish folklore who heralds the death of a family member, usually by screaming, wailing, shrieking, or kneeing. Her name is connected to the mythologically important tumuli, or mounds, that dot the Irish countryside, which are known as Sidon Old Irish. As known as Sidon Old Irish. That literally does not make sense. Banshees, dwelling in the dead of night, howling amongst trees. Next morning, your sibling's dead. Into the woods I walk alone at night. Yeah, I need a band. That's what I need. I need a band. Let's go back to that video, actually. It's still here.
For example, when I used to watch James Bond movies as a kid, I would skip all the dialogue scenes and I would go straight to the action scenes. And today, it's like the complete reverse.
Having a witness there with you to see the Banshee. It's like, what is that? Did you see that? I did. It's like you're hoping that they say, no, I didn't see it. What are you talking about? I didn't see nothing. Then you can go, you can brush it off to the dark corridors, the dark, decrepit corridors, the cobweb, dark, decrepit, damp corridors of your mind. And you can go, that didn't exist. But then the moment that they say, yes, I did see it, That's when you look at each other like this. Shirts off.
The talking, you know, give me the
It's the only
tension.
thing to do.
The explosions, they bore me as hell. Now, people predicted
No, that's
that
horrifying, man.
my
I
generation,
haven't experienced anything like that, like, you know, thank God, you know, but I'm not going out there seeking it. I'm not, you know, looking into the woods, or I'm not, you know, focusing on things, because there's a thing called, what's it called, bro? And I know I suffer from it. It's not a thing to suffer from, it's just a thing that happens. I think it's called pareidolia. Pareidolia. I think it's pareidolia, where it's like when you see things and you make images out of it. You know, it's nothing, but you've made, there's a guy standing there, I can see it, it's literally there, but it's your, you know, the collective shapes there has made it appear to your eyes that there's a face or a person or whatever standing there. Pareidolia. It's a real thing, but I think that a lot of the time, that's why I don't really focus at. Like, you know, say if I was out in the night, the dead of night, and I'm walking in the city, so it's lit up, but then I go down a dark alleyway, and in that dark alleyway there's like a little field, and like you can't really see in the distance, and if it gets dark and that, I won't be walking past focusing on the field, because then I'll start seeing, you know, slender men coming out, but not quite coming out into the light. They're just there lurking in the shadows. Yeah, that's what would end up happening. That's why I won't even dare look. I would just I keep my head into the light. Go, Father, lead me.
would be damaged by what we consumed, and they were wrong. Like, I even remember when
That's quite
internet
scary.
dating was for freaks and social outcasts. I remember the kids in school who used the internet were called nerds. Now
Yeah,
everybody
everyone
is
does
doing it.
Yeah.
Everybody is dating online. Everybody's
I saw this statistic on the chart, like it was like from the 80s or something, or 70s, ticking how people met each other. And it's like going up every year, 81, 82, 83, 84. And it's showing in a chart how people met. It's like overwhelmingly through family, friends and school in the 80s or 70s or whenever it started. And then the way you see it in the 90s just completely switched to online, which now at the point it's like probably in the 90s. People are not meeting each other. It's the gayest generation, and young people are not having sex. What a time.
using the internet. Nobody thinks twice. And I think there's a pattern here. You see, I remember reading that when electricity came, people were actually scared of it. You know, new technology, it always arise wearing the face of the end of the world. I'm aware that some of what I've said in this video sounds exactly like that. The anxious warning, the sort of wistful backward glance, you know, the sense that something is being lost. Now, maybe it is, or maybe this is just what every generation feels about the changes it doesn't fully understand yet. It's sort of like
That's
a
a factor.
strangeness that's really just a change wearing unfamiliar clothes. Now,
Yeah.
I genuinely can't separate those two things. And here's the more uncomfortable question that I keep sitting with. Would you trade places with any human who ever lived before us? Now, I thought about this a lot.
Why? Why would you do such a thing? Their existence is solidified. It's impossible. It's impossible, not even hypothetically. It's an impossibility. Don't even hypothetically think about it. Don't bring that hypothetical to my table, please, because you can't. That individual has been individualized, and they've been actualized and existed. You are another individual, one of one. You know, I can't express how utterly unique you are. And then you would want to be someone else. That's the truest sickness of life. That's a crime against humanity. People like that should get locked up. Go on, I'll push the boat out. You want to go further? All right, then hang them. Fuck it, hang them.
And honestly, I wouldn't. Like, there's no king in history that had what.
Where's the king? Tell him to say that thing that I used to say back in the day. And he goes, what thing? You go, you remember. He goes, all right, I'll say it one last time. Off with their heads. And fucking the crowd goes wild. Shirts are off.
We have, you know, the medicine,
Nipples are flailing in the wind.
the lifespan, the access to knowledge, to tech, to each
That's
other,
enough.
to beauty, to comfort, the ability to talk to someone on the other side
Yeah.
of the planet as if they were in the same room. Like this video.
Yeah.
In almost every material sense, we have more than any human.
Fabric Bateman says, yeah, I would trade places with Eddie Murphy. Eddie Murphy? So what? So then later on in life, you could just be like, man, you know me? Kids. This is what Eddie Murphy's gonna be like when, you know, when he's proper old. Like proper old. Like, kids, when he speaks like that, he's gonna go, kids, I was the donkey in Shrek. That was me. That's gonna be his line. Is that what you want? What a legacy. Huh? Girls just wanna have. That wasn't his song. Party all the time.
Who has ever lived. So maybe this isn't a crisis. Maybe it's just new. And we don't yet know how to hold
just
it.
New.
What I do
Yeah, it's just new. Again, the human, with the attention and the lack of discipline with their self in regards to attention, then yeah, that's always going to be a problem throughout human. That has been a problem throughout human history. And the lack of being able to be present, to be here in this moment. We're always, you know, frivolous with our thoughts. You know, what did someone great said it? I can't remember what they said. Maybe Aristotle. He said, like, humans are, you know, mortal when it comes to their fears, but immortal when it comes to their desires. It's like, one day I will do that. One day. Yeah, when I retire, I will read. Oh, yeah. You're going to the grave, my boy. You missed it. Too late. It's too late. It's too late. Be immortal in the fears. You've got it the wrong way around. You've got to be immortal in the fears. Fears are nothing. You may fear something, but you are never afraid. To fear is human. Is only normal. Self-preservation is only normal. Being scared of loud noises is only normal. But is to harbour that fear. You know, that's what we call the devil. That's what we call darkness. That's where the woes begin. But don't do it. You know. Again, you have the key. Again, you have the key. You are the master. You know. So, yeah. It's having the discipline to do it, and again, it's like it's a chosen path. It's a cultivated skill. It's not like a talent that you have. No one has a talent. That's the same way I see success as well. I see success as a daily, always a daily choice that you're making, a daily conscientious choice that you're doing it. You're achieving success. You're going to do it, you know. It's a daily thing. It's not suddenly you achieve success and, you know, it's like a rainbow at the end of the tunnel. Nah, bro, that's not success. Success is a daily thing. You choose success and you are success. That's what it is. People have a weird sense, and that's why it creates this sort of depression and this sort of, you know, one day I'll do it. One day I'm going to retire, you know, or one day I'm going to do that thing that I've always wanted to do, or, you know. You know, so I would, you know, I always urge people to just do it. You know, have the fear, and watch the fear. Don't judge it, let it go by, and be not afraid and move into the light that you are, and just live like that. And as you're doing that, your hands are like that. So, because you are the master of your reality if you want to be. If not, then you'll be programmed. You'll be led. It's up to you. It's up to you. Nefariousness will lead you then. Oh, it's up to you. Is that what you wanted? Oh, what a choice. Okay.
Think, however, and this is the part that I start to keep coming back to, is that intention does matter. Not the what, the how. Because there is a difference between choosing to scroll and being pulled there, right? Between picking up your phone and having it reach into you before you've decided. Now, the difference is kind of...
What movie? I've seen you talk about movies. Yeah, he did a movie called Trading Places. And if I traded places with him, it would be me in that movie. To trade places with you. To then you be you. When you was you in the beginning. Bro, you took the long way around. Why did you take that detour? It was you in the beginning. To come back to be you. Oh. I would be in the movie being John Malkovich. Yeah.
Small, it's invisible.
Now pop that in your pipe and smoke it.
Most of the time, but I think it's everything. You know, the bus stop thing that I talked about, I still feel sort of uncomfortable about it. Not because of the rule that I broke, you know, stood in line, but because of what it told me and how, you know, about how
exactly
thin
how a robot is.
the shared agreements we live by.
This guy is proper loving his drone. Shout him out with the drone action, bruv. Sitting there meditating and that, but keeping an eye on the drone just in case it smashes into the window over there.
When nobody is fully watching, including me.
True.
Like, I'm standing at that stop too. I wasn't on my...
No, we don't call it a stop. We call it the precipice. You are upon the precipice. Should you take a step forward and go beyond the threshold, nothing behind you will no longer make sense. It will in fact make so much sense that it makes no sense no more. For you will have seen and ripped the fabric of reality asunder and saw life for what life is. Take the step back. Get a cheeseburger, half price at McDonald's. And go back to sleep. Yeah. That's really what happened in Matrix. It was red pill, what? Red pill, blue pill, pink pill. Threshold. We're on the precipice.
My phone that morning,
Upon
but
the
I'm
edge.
not usually standing at bus stops paying attention to social contracts. You know, most mornings I'm exactly like everyone else. Head down somewhere else. Now, if you felt any
That's
of
what we
this
do.
low-level
That's what we end up
strangeness,
doing.
the slight distance and interactions, the sense that something is slightly off, then maybe you're noticing too.
Yeah.
And I find that's worth saying out loud. You know?
Definitely. It's like, there's something wrong here, guys. Guys. And, you know, you get that sense of relief when someone else in the crowd is like, yeah, something is wrong. It's the most deadliest when you go, something wrong here, guys. And they all look at you like that. Shen, everything's fine. Return back to your daily programming. Shen. And then they continue with their daily life. When that starts happening, that's when you go, I've gone beyond the precipice. I've missed the stop. I don't know where I am.
No, even if I
That's what
don't know
happens.
what comes.
You know, don't wish for them moments. That was
As always, thank
actually
you for
fantastic
listening. Do me
video,
a favor
man.
and tap that like button to show your support.
It's great.
Subscribe if you're interested in more content like this. Until
Definitely.
next time, stay hungry, relentless, and strong in your journey
100%.
to escaping great slavery. Bye.
Slavery of the mind. Matrix was 100% right with its the systems devised a magnificent prison that you cannot see because it's the prison of the mind. It's so true. What a great video here by Tom Skralius. I've probably butchered the name, I'm sorry for that, but there he is, man. Tom, absolutely brilliant, informative video. Great. I'll definitely be checking out a lot more of his content, especially if he's doing stuff like that, like he said he would. 232 videos as well is a wealth of brilliant things to see there. That was quite great. I quite like that, man. I really did like that. But yeah, I don't know if I've seen Trading Places. Let me see the cover. And who starred in it? Oh, Murphy, that prick. Nah, I'm joking. Why am I hating on Murphy, man? I mean, whatever. Dave Chappelle's way better.